The Update, featuring Adrian Lockhart, Brooklyn Anderl, Dana Jensen, Tim Kearney, Carly Tinsley, Brittany McIntosh, and Cody Callanan.
Good evening, and welcome to the 6th season of The Update. I'm Adrian Lockhart.
And I'm Brooklyn Anderl. So sit back and relax as we take you through a little journey that we like to call the news.
Lately, there hasn't been too much buzz about the terrorist group ISIS, but that's about to change. ISIS has been known for murdering, sex trading, recruiting child soldiers, destroying priceless artifacts, using chemical weapons, and now they tried their hand in the lingerie business. Well, it was more of an involuntary business venture. The online vigilante counterterrorism group, Anonymous, designed the panties featuring the ISIS flag and logo on the black lingerie. They then posted it on their Twitter page stating, Anonymous might start selling hashtag Islamic State branded thongs / G-strings. Interested? I know I am. Hashtag trolling ISIS, hashtag op ISIS. This isn't Anonymous' first rodeo. Back in 2008, they hacked the Church of Scientology, stating that a corporation should not own a religion and its followers. Anonymous gained the most attention after the Charlie Hebdo shootings in Paris this year, after 8 journalists were killed by an al-Qaeda attack. Anonymous released a video stating, "We Anonymous have decided to declare war on you, the terrorists," putting them on the map as a vigilante counter-terrorist group. I sure hope they come out with the whole swimsuit line. My girlfriend would look so hot in that.
An English woman brought a whole new meaning to the term chaperone. After purchasing 12 bags of cocaine for her daughter's 18th birthday, Nicola Austin had made plans for a wild cocaine-laced limousine ride with her daughter. This Mother of the Year has had 6 previous convictions, but walked away from court without a jail sentence, claiming that her imprisonment would have a negative impact on her 14-year-old son. Oddly enough, Austin was caught with 6 grams of cocaine, all packaged separately, as if they were, ready to be sold separately. This was not the first time the police raided Austin's house, and when questioned outside of her home by reporters, Austin loudly insisted, "I'm not like other moms. I'm a cool mom." All of her daughter's white-nosed classmates agree. They love Miss Austin, or as they call her, Mama White Girl.
In case you didn't know, a shiny new $10 bill is coming into circulation in the year 2020. This new bill is coming in clutch on the cool scale. Goodbye out, old, dated, uncool picture of Alexander Hamilton, and hello to the do whatever you want, kick back, spin me on a 6-pack bill. Oh. Really? Soccer. So this new bill is going to have a woman on it. Wait. Is it Sarah Palin in an American flag bathing suit holding an AR-15? Oh. Okay, then. What great American woman will fill this esteemed position on our money? Well, apparently she hasn't been chosen yet. But Jeb Bush put in a vote during a televised debate for Margaret Thatcher, the first female British Prime Minister. If I could put in a vote for a girl on the new 10 banger, it would probably be Scarlett Johansson, or that chick from Pirates of the Caribbean. But seriously, a dignitary on our money? What's next? Bob Marley on the $20 bill? Joan of Arc on the 5? Might as well just start printing dollar bills with Caitlyn Jenner on them. I mean, at least she's an American.
7-Eleven is making big moves this year, and we're not talking about another Sour Patch Slurpee flavor, although we kind of wish we were. The convenience store mega chain is going to start delivering what they call specialty packs. In an effort to make doing the dirty even more convenient, the store will deliver a date night pack, which includes condoms, gum, ice cream, 1 candy bar, and for the guys, 1 Red Bull to keep one of you going all night long. The store also started selling hangover packs, which include acetaminophen, Gatorade, a large pepperoni pizza, and a smoked turkey and pepper jack sandwich. Washington State students have already started demanding that a 7-Eleven store be brought to Pullman. Critics of this service include all types of religious groups, saying that this would just make sex and drinking too easy for all the college sinners.
In global news, the first Sea Lord of the Royal Navy, and yes, that's a real title, officially announced that he plans to install laser depth rays onto English Navy ships by the end of the decade. The depth rays, or energy weapons, can shoot down ships and planes without the use of expensive missiles. The British, still referred to as many as the Empire, could use these futuristic weapons to further their influence in the world. In response, the U.S. has released various protective laser beam sharks and squids into the Atlantic. It is rumored that this is not the only weapon the Royal Navy is developing, but more on that later as the story develops. We now turn to our resident vegetable expert, Carly Tinsley, with breaking potato news.
Ireland and the European Union have begun a €1 million campaign to increase potato consumption in Ireland. Potato sales have decreased by up to 30% since 2002, and even though the Irish still eat a lot of potatoes, people are worried that the decrease in potato consumption will affect agriculture. With more details on the story, here is Tim Carney, head of the Potato Marketing Campaign.
Thank you for having me. Top of the morning to you, Carly.
So, Tim, first we'd like to know a little bit more about the potato program. What is it exactly and why now?
Well, you see, Carly, the real problem in Ireland is the young'uns. The new generation is abandoning their roots, quite literally.
What?
Well, you see, these Hozier generation langers have no consideration for where they come from, and more importantly, what they're supposed to be eating. See, as a proper Irishman, I know that every plate has to have a potato base. See, these idiot kids like pasta and rice just because they can cook it quicker.
I think I understand, but could you be more specific about what you guys will be doing to get young people to eat more potatoes?
Well, now, you see, these new tossers all like the same things. Their screens and their Netflixes. So we're making advertisements. We've actually decided to start a campaign with new recipes just for kids.
Can you give me some examples?
Well, the first thing our top scientist developed was the potato stuffed crust pizza. Now, the name is a bit of a misnomer because we actually found you can use many more potatoes if you just replace the dough with potatoes. Now, the real best way is to add crisps on top of that for an extra potato crunch. Now would you look at that masterpiece?
That's not even a pizza anymore.
Well, you see, that's for a real developed palate, Carly. But I'm sure you'll love what we came up with next. This is the orange mocha potato chino.
You know, that doesn't look too bad.
Well, we did have to change the recipe just a smidge because you can't really make that at home. Take a look at the beauty we developed, though. All it takes is half a potato and a bit of hot water. More of a potato tea, if you will.
And you actually drink that dirty water.
I'm even drinking it right now, darling. Of course, I do like to replace the water with a little fermented potato, if you know what I mean. Well, that's my cue to get going. And remember, eat potatoes.
Cut to entertainment.
Thanks, Carly. There's more evidence that South Park might have been right about John Travolta being trapped in the closet. The Hollywood gossip claims that John Travolta has been paying off a string of gay lovers up to $1.3 million, each to keep it on the down low. The article claims that his wife knows and that their marriage is a sham orchestrated by Scientology to keep Travolta's sexual preferences out of the media. But the star from musicals such as Grease or Mamma Mia have been accused of more than just playing for the other team. Reports say that he was a little assaulty in these secret sexual encounters. Personally, we here at The Update would just like to say John has our full support when it comes to his choice and sexual orientation. Just please don't turn out to be a gay equivalent of Bill Cosby. We will say this though. All of a sudden, it seems pretty clear why Scientology is so popular with these certain celebrities. Tom Cruise. Fans of the hit TV show Empire should recognize Terrence Howard, who plays Lucius in the show. But it seems that in real life, Howard may be such a villain in the TV series. His acting career has been littered with assault charges from his ex-wives, flight attendants, and strangers. According to the New York Post, many TV exes and industry workers have stated that Howard is a hothead who thinks he is God's gift to women and that he deserves subservience. Wow. But listen to this. In a recent interview with Rolling Stones, Howard explained that he dropped out of college because he disagreed with a professor about how 1 × 1 = 1, saying that it should equal 2 instead. Since then, Howard has been developing his own line of mathematics that he writes in symbols, which is called teriology. He thinks that his new theories will change the way the world teaches math, and that Pythagoras Tesla, and even Einstein would lose their mind over it. Howard refuses to divulge his new manuscripts until his work is patented. But maybe this is what the world needs right now. Celebrities are definitely the most qualified people to be teachers, mathematicians. I mean, screw it, we should even make one a president. That's all for entertainment. Back to the desk.
Thanks for that, Brittany. Speaking of celebrity presidents, I'm sure that you all know it's election season, and one of the most controversial GOP presidential candidates is the frontrunner Donald Trump. Trump has already been involved in various scandals, mostly due to some pretty unique opinions. To help clarify his views, here is one of Trump's biggest supporters, Jocelyn Shorts.
Thanks so much, Brooklyn. You know, I've loved Trump since he first appeared on The Apprentice. Trump for life.
Well, welcome to the update. So let's get down to it. One of Donald's most controversial views is his stance on immigration. He says he wants to build a wall and make Mexico pay for it. Many experts think that immigration reform is necessary, but that a wall really wouldn't help. So what do you think about this?
Well, you see, a wall is the best idea that people will accept right now. That's one thing the Chinese definitely got right. And they built it 22,000 years ago. Just another example of how we're falling behind the rest of the world. The Chinese have a Great Wall, and we need a mega wall.
Well, you do realize that the Great Wall was considered a failure at keeping people out, right? It was a great show of power, but the Mongols kept getting through it.
Let me stop you right there, Brooklyn. I know, along with my fellow Trumpies, that if it were up to him, we'd build a 200-foot moat here and here. This would make us an island that no immigrants could get to. Plus, Panama did this like 100 years ago, something they called a channel. How are we supposed to make America great again if we don't have all these things that the other countries have? I mean, come on, guys. We haven't claimed anything for ourselves since, like, Freedom Fries came out.
Let's move on. Trump was recently criticized for not correcting a question which claimed that Obama was a Muslim. Any comments?
Oh, we all know that there's something up with that so-called birth certificate Obama showed off. Just because it looks real, don't mean it is. And don't even get me started with the liberal media. I mean, one day Trump's in trouble for interrupting a journalist's question, and the next day Trump's in trouble for not interrupting a crazy person's question. I mean, what's the deal with that? First he should listen to the questions, then he shouldn't? How are we supposed to make America great again if there's all these questions about questions? People should just listen to Trump and stop asking all these things, you know?
Well, that's all we have time for today, Jocelyn. Is there anything else that you would like to add?
Well, like any good Trump supporter, I'm just going to relay his messages. No more Mexicans, Obama's the Muslim devil, and we have to make America great again. Vote for Trump.
All right then. Well, thank you, Jocelyn.
Sticking with people who present an immense threat to our beloved American lifestyle, teenagers are now becoming as clever as ever to achieve their sole purpose, doing drugs and having unprotected sex behind their parents' backs. Many new texting acronyms have become popular among teens, such as MOOS and POSE. For those of you who may be a bit behind on such slang, fear not! We sent our correspondent, Cody Callanan, to seek help in interpreting the uninterpretable.
We're going to try to cross-reference between what our researchers have found they mean and the student base.
Okay.
All right, so the first one is, do you know what LMAO means?
Laughing my ass off.
Yes, it means laugh my ass off.
It's laughing my ass off. Positive. 100%. That's my final answer.
According to our researchers, that actually means let's meet at Obama's.
Oh. Naturally, yeah.
Well...
And where is Obama's?
Like the president.
Right, yeah, okay, so
it's commonly used by Joe Biden.
Joe Biden uses LMAO.
Do you know what AWSOFMT means?
AWSO.
No, I don't. That's a really long acronym.
Can you guess?
What is it again?
According to the crowd that you're talking to, it could mean, are we still on for meth tonight? Or are we still on for math tonight?
Oh my god.
Yeah, I could use that one too. Like, I don't personally use meth myself, but yeah, I mean, like, once I start, which it's gonna happen eventually, I'll be start using that.
Do you know what SMD means?
I don't know. I could think of something sort of vulgar, but I don't really know what that means.
Do you think you know it?
Yeah. Suck my...
It actually means, sorry, my dad, ... as in, Your dad's about to interrupt whatever you're doing.
It's frequently used.
Apparently.
Apparently.
Okay, yep.
So it's
okay.
like...
Yeah, my dad does that sometimes. I'm going to use that one too. I'm going to take that.
Well, well, thank you for your time.
I'd also like to take a moment to talk about 9/11. It was an inside job. And if you don't believe that...
LOLs. Okay, everyone, well, TAWHTFT.
And Hagen. See you all next time.
And now, a word from a presidential candidate.
China, China, China. China, China, China. China, 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 China. I've been saying China, 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 China.